That first weekend of October.
We good? All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the October 12th regular school board meeting for the Metropolitan School District of North Posey. We'll open the meeting by joining me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, our first item on the agenda is the patron's concern, and we have the sheet here. There are none signed up for that, so we'll mark that accordingly. Next item on the agenda is the minutes, claim docket, and consent items that were sent to you previously. We do have the one ad for the
addition of Chantel Conyers for Pam Spawn that I read to you. Here it is. She'll be covering for her October 19th through December the 14th.
Want to entertain a motion to approve the consent items?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes, claim docket, and
Second.
Go ahead, Amy.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Stock and seconded by Mrs. Will to approve the consent items, docket, and minutes from the previous minutes that were sent to you previously. Any comments or questions?
Just had a comment on the claim docket. Had a pretty good chuckle out of the line item for barf bags. I thought that was great.
She purposely did that for you.
I thought that might have been, I'm not sure how many barf bags you can get for $30, but I'd be interested to know.
Nice. Any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. New business, Dr. Camp?
Yes, I'd like to ask the board to approve paying all employees for full time the week of September 28th when we went on e-learning for the full week. We did have all employees come to work at least part-time, and we had several different groups of employees that worked the entire time. But no employee got to take off the whole time. If they missed the training or either the work that we had them to do, they had days deducted. So I'd like to ask the board to approve people for that entire week.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the pay for all employees during the week of September 28th.
Second.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Schmidt, seconded by Mr. Oakley to approve paying all employees for the week of September 28th during the COVID e-learning week. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries.
It's that time of the year, I'd like to ask the board to approve the following resolutions that I'm going to list, and all of the board forms 1 through 5 for the budget for the 2021 school year. I'd like to ask you to pass the resolution for appropriations and tax rates, the resolution for bus replacement plan for 2021, the capital projects plan for 2021, the 2021 budget transfer resolution that allows us to transfer money within the funds to keep a positive balance. Also, to pass the resolution for the budget hearing. And that means if we made any changes to the budget since the budget hearing, that I would inform you of those changes and you would allow me to make those changes. We did not make any changes. The rainy day resolution and the resolution to transfer $1,404,000 from the education fund to the operations fund. And this will be the third year that we have done that. And at no year have we transferred that full amount. So ask the board to approve all budget forms 1 through 5 and the resolutions as listed and reviewed in the budget hearing, previous budget hearing.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolutions as stated by Dr. Kent.
Second.
I'll second that.
A motion by Mr. Schmidt and seconded by Mr. Stock to approve the resolutions and 2021 budget forms as listed by Dr. Camp. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Now we'll go ahead and sign all
Yeah,
those.
I was gonna go ahead and pass these around, for you to go ahead and sign. There you go. We'll just pause for a minute and have you sign those. Amy, there's a couple of places where you'll need to sign twice.
Okay.
And on that one, you got a mark.
Yep.
Bad thing about this mask, for some reason, when I'm talking, it just falls my glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't see it, I can't see what I'm looking at.
Bad thing about my glasses.
All right, well, I'm not talking.
Be excited about secretary.
We'll get this turned in, and there'll be another publication in the paper, and we'll get it turned in, and hopefully we'll have a budget before 2021. Next thing on the agenda is the tag policy. We're required by the state to have a tag policy of how we're going to disperse the tag money, the teacher appreciation grant. And we do not deviate any from the format that they have provided. We do provide a 25% differentiation between highly effective and effective as required, and we do nothing else any different. So this is a requirement for us to pass each year, and so I'm asking the board to approve the tag policy.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the tag policy.
Second.
Second that.
There's a motion by Mrs. Williams, seconded by Mr. Schmidt to approve the tag policy for 2020 and 2021. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries.
Next up this evening, you have a memorandum of understanding between North Posey and the YMCA of Southwestern Indiana. They provide an after-school program for our kids at the schools. And what the memorandum of understanding deals with is with the COVID-19 issues, this allows them to provide kind of e-learning support if we were to close down as we did a few weeks ago. So this is just a memorandum of understanding of what they will be providing. It's no cost to us. They're not using our
facilities when we were closed or anything like that. It's just mainly they're gonna be providing some support through e-learning for the kids and stuff. So it's just kind of an agreement with them. They've done this with a lot of other corporations in the area. Actually, we patterned our MOU after Evansville Van Wert School Corporation as well. So it's just something that's been a process that they're going through.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between MSD of North Posey and YMCA of Southwestern Indiana.
Second.
I'll second that.
So a motion by Mr. Oakley and seconded by Mr. Stock to approve the MOU between MSD of North Posey and YMCA of Southwestern Indiana. Question. All in favor, or any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries.
Next on the list, would like to ask the board to approve the second year raises of the master teacher contract, which we've already approved the master teacher contract. This is just the estimated raises that we have provided for them. We also have to still get approval from the association to check our numbers to make sure that all the numbers, we agree on all the numbers that we've got here. But I just would like to move forward with that, and so we could go ahead and start trying to get a date to distribute the money. Also to approve the raises for the rest of the staff as listed, the bus drivers and the cafeteria staff, all other non-certified staff, and our building administrators, and to update our personal welfare for the non-certified staff, changing the accumulated days from 165 to 192, and also changing the classified employment retirement benefit package that has not been updated since 1997, and would like to change that form to the numbers that read. That form goes all the way back to 1997 when it was hand typed. So I think it's a good time to change all that. Mr. Galvin and I have looked through everything as far as the amount of money coming in, the amount of money that's cost. We believe that we can survive with these raises and feel like that we're going to be okay. And we agree on these changes. If you got anything to add to that.
Yeah, we've worked closely on this process and stuff, and you know, I support what we're doing with the raises and stuff. I've joked with Dr. Camp quite often. I said, make sure you leave me some money when I take over. But anyway, we're doing fine. I think, you know, the biggest thing is, and as we know, we're in a situation with COVID-19, and we just don't know what the future is going to hold with the state. But I think that, you know, we still have to continue to proceed based upon the knowledge that we have right here, right now. And if something does happen that the state would cut funding, then we'll address that as we move into next year and stuff. So, but I think at this point in time, this is what's right for our employees, and to make sure that we're keeping pace and being competitive with school districts around us as well.
So I'd like to ask the board to approve all the raises as listed for all groups.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the second year master teacher contract and the rest of the raises as listed.
Second.
One second.
So a motion by Mr. Schmidt, seconded by Mrs. Will to approve the second year teacher master contract raises and stipends by Dr. Tazlis, by Dr. Camp, including the bus drivers, cafeteria staff, other non-certified staff, building administrators, and the changes to the personal welfare policy and classified employment retirement benefits policy. Any comments or questions?
Could you repeat that?
Hey, I didn't get that really good.
I don't know if I could do it right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the professional leave request as listed in the professional leave section.
Motion.
Make a motion to approve the professional leave request.
Second.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Oakley and seconded by Mr. Schmidt to approve the professional leave request. Any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Reports.
First up is COVID-19 update. So as you are aware, the week of September the 28th, 2020 through October the 2nd, 2020, we had virtual learning session, and the main reason for that virtual learning session was mainly due to the number of staff that we had out during that time. We just did not have the substitute staff to be able to cover those positions and things. And as Dr. Camp had spoken earlier, the situation really was kind of a situation of where we were asking teachers to do multiple kinds of things. We were already asking them to provide virtual learning for the quarantine kids, the kids who are medically being virtual learning, and then on top of that, teaching their regular classes. And we felt like that now if we're having them to have to cover for another teacher who's out during their plan period, it was just asking too much of them. And so we felt like that at that time, that it was just something that we need to try to reboot the system. Since we were coming into fall break, we felt like that looking at the number of days, it gave us pretty well 14 days out to kind of get through this surge that we were experiencing here in the district and stuff. And I think after that first weekend, we saw a lot of kids either quarantined or some kids test positive as well. So we felt like it was a good decision, kind of reinforced the decision that we made in that first weekend as well. So as far as numbers are right now at North Posey High School, we have one within our teachers and staff, one positive case, one quarantine. Students, we have 10 positive cases, 19 quarantine. At the junior high, we have within our teachers and staff, 0 positive cases, 2 quarantine. Students, we have 1 positive case, 18 quarantine. At North Elementary School, we have teachers and staff, 2 positive cases and 1 quarantine. With our students, we have 1 positive case and 6 quarantine. And then at South Terrace Elementary School, teachers and staff, we have 0 positive cases and 2 quarantine. And with our students, we have 1 positive case and 17 quarantine. The other thing too, and you also will see this in the good news report, but Duke Energy contacted Mrs. McMunn, and North Elementary School received $1,500 for COVID related supplies. And so we want to extend our appreciation to Duke Energy for that. Anything else you have to cover?
I don't. I would say, well, I guess I would say, one of the reasons that some of those quarantines are so low is we weren't in school, so that we didn't have all the contact tracing that we would have had if we would have been in school. So that's helped correct the curve. Yeah.
Your election update.
Yeah, that's you.
Is that me?
About what you're having tomorrow or Wednesday.
Oh, so the school board election update. Tomorrow evening, we'll be doing a school board forum meeting, and this will be for the people who are running for the school board to kind of give them information about serving as a school board member. There will also be an opportunity for us to kind of talk to them about, what are the expectations, what are different facets of the school district and stuff. So hopefully it'll be an informative meeting for them and kind of give them some information as we kind of begin that process as we come into it. So, and as well as kind of where I'm headed with the district, as I assume leadership responsibilities for Dr. Camp. So yeah, that will be coming.
Is it Wednesday or Tuesday?
It's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow. Okay.
Then I didn't know if you want to say anything on the ballot issue. So Dr. Camp and Mr. Bender has worked closely with the Posey County Clerk and was able to correct the defective 2020 school board election ballot. If you remember, the defective ballot was only permitting citizens to vote for 1 candidate from District 1 and 1 candidate from District 2. It did not permit the citizens to vote for an additional person for the 3rd opening on the school board from either district. And so we worked with them for over a week, and I appreciate Mr. Bender and his work that he put into this. I think pretty well that entire week, Bill was spending a tremendous amount of time on the phone with different locally and as well as at the state level. And so, but we were very pleased that the ballot was corrected, permitting citizens to vote for a total of 3 people, but no more than 2 from a single district for 3 openings on the North Posey School Board. And so we feel like that this will allow us to have a correct and valid election for the school board for coming up on November the 3rd. And if, as we put in the news release, if citizens want to request a new ballot, they can do that through the election board here in Posey County. So, Bill, do you want to say anything else?
I think you covered it well, Mike.
Okay. So anyway, once again, we appreciate them working with us and making sure that we could definitely correct this. So,
Yeah, I'd like to, I mean, it was obvious that we got down to crunch time on some thresholds of being able to get it a valid election, and I don't think had Bill stepped in as strongly as he did, we would not have had a valid election. So we appreciate your efforts on that. Thank you very much.
and I think as well, I think the other thing I would say, Jeff, is I think this board is definitely committed to making sure that all of our constituents are represented fairly within this district. And I think that that's why our forefathers, previous school board members have set this up to make sure that this is a representative board of the community that we represent. And I think that's important as we go forward in the coming years as well to continue that. So, and I think in our investigations, we've said that 3 different school boards within 3 different decades have supported this approach to selecting our school board members to make sure that this is a representative body of the community that we cover. I think it's important for us to continue to move forward with that. Then you also have tonight in your packet, good news. This was something that I asked principals to send, as well as just different things that have happened. And what I try to do is just kind of compose it or provide it to you. This kind of helps you to have some talking points as you go out into the community as well. This will also be posted on our social media site and our webpage to kind of communicate out where some great things happening. I try to balance it out as far as educationally what's happening, extracurricularly what's happening, and then as well, how are our students, what kinds of things they're doing with just within the general community and stuff. And so, you want me to read it?
I like the format.
Okay,
Mhm.
very good. So,
We'll be able to put this out on our Facebook page and
Yep.
district page and add to it. So
Mhm.
good job with this.
but I appreciate the principals giving me the feedback and stuff. There were some things that they sent that I didn't include. Students of the month, things like that I think are just already out there on their Facebook pages and stuff. But these were kind of things I felt like were a little bit more newsworthy and needed to kind of be put out there and stuff. So,
Good job. The next school board meeting will be Monday, November the 9th in the board office. Executive session will begin at 5:30 and the regular meeting at 6:30. And that's all that Mr. Galvin and myself have for you tonight.
Can I have a minute?
Absolutely. You can have more in a minute if you want.
How about 3?
Okay.
I do this with a heavy heart, but it passed out. I did put a lot of time into the election. I just had it for our president and secretary. We can make
no,
copies later. I just wanted to let the board know and my intent for in 2021 as far as pursuing the appointment for the school board attorney. And I'd just like to read this short letter. Since 1982, I have served as attorney for the school board. During such time, I worked with many different board members and 4 superintendents: Byron Brenton, Ernie Rath, John Wood, and Todd Camp. Next month, I will reach age 65. Therefore, I have decided to not seek reappointment as school attorney in January 2021. The school district will have a new superintendent and 3 newly elected board members in January 2021. Also, the school district is not involved in any litigation and has not been threatened with litigation. This seems to be an appropriate time for me to serve this notice so that the board has ample time to select a new attorney. Of course, I will continue to serve as attorney until the end of 2020 and will be available to assist the school in any way thereafter if needed. Serving as board attorney has been an honor. Thank you to all past and current board members and superintendents who allowed me to serve North Posey. Wish continued success to all school district students, teachers, administrators, and board members. Yours truly. I also want to add that I've only known Mr. Michael Galvin a short period of time, but I think we have a very good relationship. I think we would have no problem working together. But I just thought that all the effort that I put into this election issue, I just sort of thought this might be a good time to do this. Again, thank you to.
I wonder why. Well, Bill, I couldn't even begin to thank you on behalf of all the board members in the community that you've served for. You know, when I think of North Posey School Corporation, all those superintendents come to mind, but the one constant through all that has been you. And, you know, you've done an outstanding job for what we ask you to do. You've not even come close to charging what you should have charged. And, you know, your love and passion for North Posey and the community is evident, and we'll be forever grateful for you for that. And if you think we're going to accept the resignation, you're wrong.
I appreciate those kind words.
For the experience that we are losing there, I mean, that's a lot of years, so I do appreciate your time.
Now, don't be changing that phone number either.
Yeah.
Well, I've worked with Bill since 2003, and I didn't even have anything planned to say. Wasn't sure that this was going to happen, but I do want to say that I've worked with him since 2003. We've handled a lot of crucial issues. We've handled a lot of bond issues, and we've handled a lot of just sporadic issues that come up with personnel throughout. And I can truly say that he was always, no matter where he was, no matter what was happening, if I called, he'd drop the phone and he would handle our problem. And he put us first and foremost when it came time to help us. And I appreciate it, Bill.
I'll reiterate what Todd said. I mean, as Bill stated, since I've worked with him probably for maybe 2 months now, we've not done a lot of stuff together, but we've done some things together. I've got to know him very well. And when Todd and I kind of talked about this was possibly going to come, I was upset because I feel like that, you know, you were a consistent force moving forward and knew a lot of information. We wish you well, I understand. And it will be a big loss to the corporation as we move forward. So.
Well, thank you. If you need me, I'm not very far, so.
Understood.
That's all we have for tonight. We're completed all the business.
Anybody else have anything?
We could, just kind of to go off of what Bill, and the reason why I had just mainly did a search for a school board attorney at my previous corporation. And so we'll begin that process. We can definitely do a posting. I'll look to Bill as well to kind of give me some input of some, you know, as people kind of begin to send in their stuff of, yeah, this is a good one or maybe not, you know, so, but we can definitely begin that process. You know, the board usually interviews those individuals. We probably set that up kind of an executive session situation to make sure you feel comfortable working with that person and things like that. So, but we can definitely get some postings out there so that we can get some interested applicants to submit their letters of interest.
So when will we need to have somebody in place? Will you be here for the January installment or?
I
you-
can be.
or
I,
you-
I was definitely planning on, as I stated in my letter, working through 2020. And yes, I can come to the January board meeting.
Yeah.
Help with that.
That's usually a January board meeting is where you appoint your attorney.
Yeah, I don't know that I really need to, because you could appoint your new attorney in January of 2021, and that person take it from there.
Where it gets dicey is if the president is not newly elected, or is a newly elected president. Since you're staying on, you could actually run that board meeting in January.
No.
Because that's where we always got issue is when the president was leaving, they had a replacement come in on the board, and they weren't there at that meeting. Then the attorney usually has to do the swearing in and the new candidates and stuff like that.
Okay. So
I'll be here if you need
yeah,
me.
we'll work all that stuff out. Okay, and we'll just take your lead for the most part from the attorney side of it, so. All right, anybody else have anything? For the third time?
Yeah.
Entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second it.
There's a motion by Mrs. Will, seconded by Mr. Schmidt to adjourn. We are so adjourned. Thank you.